Hey Internet, so I'm going to be talking about the early access controversy. So if you haven't seen on social media or YouTube, so two content creators were given the green light to post footage of the test servers like 1 week before. So this is the character for Acheron. So that is the character that they're pre-releasing. Now, that's not an issue. Like, the content creators have signed an NDA, they're under contract, they're just doing their jobs. So, no hate on them. Now, what's the issue here? Isn't that the case like it's always been that way? And it is, except there's a twist. So, the twist is that both these content creators have this disclaimer that say that if you use their content, you'll get a copyright strike. Now, both of them have outrightly said, we don't care, use it as you will. However, Hoyoverse may strike you. And that's where everything hits the fan. So, basically, this is a test pilot program, right? They want to get ahead of leakers. However, this so-called campaign kind of backfired on them because they're basically putting a gag order in a public access space. No, I'm not saying public domain, because public domain in the eyes of the law mean that it has expired copyright, so it is like 70 years from the date of creation, and it has expired from that date. That's what public domain actually means. In this case, we're talking about public access, such as YouTube. So that's why a lot of content creators are unhappy. It's like, okay, fine. You got your select few of content creators that can test out the character, make the opinions, do all that, and basically create content that works with the narrative that Hoyoverse wants to, I guess, tell. Like the story that they want to tell. Okay, that's cool. No hate against them. I think what most content creators are upset about is that not only do they have an unfair advantage, but they're not even allowed to report and react on the content that has been created by the content creators. Now you're going to say, what about fair use? Fair use is not a defense for copyright. So let me get this straight. They can copyright strike you, you can claim fair use, however, you gotta take it to the courts, and honestly, you just lose money from the courts, from the actual revenue you make. So it's not worth going to court over. Alright, I think I've explained the situation. Now here's my take on it. As an independent content creator, I never had those advantages or those things anyway, so it didn't matter before, it doesn't matter now. I just need to make better content so people will keep watching. To quote Freeren's an anime, you gotta make the impossible possible. No matter how unfair the adversity, you gotta overcome it. So for me, it doesn't matter, I just gotta make better content. Now for other content creators that are complaining, and they're like larger content creators, like they got millions of subscribers, or like hundreds of thousands. Actually some of them are hundreds of thousands, and some of them are in the millions. No names, don't want to cause drama. Now they're giving Hoyoverse an ultimatum. It's like, hey, let us into this program, or we're just gonna drop your game. We're not gonna cover your game. I mean, that's a bad move, from my personal take. Hoyoverse doesn't care about you guys, alright? Like, they don't care about content creators, they only care about profit. So if they lose a content creator with like 1 million subscribers, that's whatever to them. They'll just find another content creator with 10 million subscribers. So I think you're punching above your weight class, and you're gonna lose. Anyways, you do you, boo-boo. And yeah, I mean, you know who they are. And unofficially, some of them have been blacklisted for whatever reason. I'm not here to cause drama. As for me, a small content creator, I mean, some would say we're already DOA, dead on arrival, because we compete against content creators with test server access, and we're also competing against content creators with millions of subscribers. I stuttered. Yes. Who would win? Nah, I'd win. I joke, of course. So a 1,000 subscriber channel would definitely not win against a 1 million subscriber channel. I was just quoting the JJK meme. Okay, so everyone's caught up with it and understands the controversy. It is a pilot program, so they are just testing the waters because they want to get ahead of the leakers. Now, this also affects other Hoyoverse IP, because they are aware that leakers are not just for this game, but for all games. So it does affect Genshin Impact, it affects ZZZ as well, or ZZZ. So that's what they're doing to combat leakers. They're just going to leak before the leakers can leak. Okay. Personally, I think there would have been a better way to do it. I would have done it like this. I would be like, hey, here's the drip marketing for an upcoming character. Here's all the materials that you need to farm. And then as the dates go on, we will release more and more stuff. That's how I would do it. So it won't even give leakers a chance to like leak anything. So it's like, here's the character, cool. And then like a few days afterwards, here's the materials, nice. And then as we approach closer and closer, here's the kit. Maybe that's a bad marketing strategy, but that's one way to combat leakers. Because if you like the character's design, you're going to wish for them regardless, right? Now, I'm not exactly a pro at marketing. I do some marketing. I have worked in corporate before, but more in the engineering side, and a little bit in sales, but that's my experience. Anyways, I think that whatever they're planning, it's probably just going to be an exclusive club, to be honest. It'll just be for the content creators that it's already signed up with Hoyoverse. So they're just not going to let like anyone in. So your average Joe like me, they're not going to let like everyone into the test servers. They're just going to let the ones that have been contracted and have signed NDAs. And that's cool. I think like doesn't really change how I look at things or how I create content. Just got to make better content. It's just another hurdle, but that's the game of YouTube. Like, you just got to overcome unexpected challenges. So those are my takes. I mean, I'm not really overreacting to it. It's just like, it's just another day as a content creator, to be honest. It's just, it is what it is. And okay, so we've reacted. How are we going to adapt? How are we going to survive this changing climate? That's me speaking from an independent content creator, and yes, that's a quote from Full Metal Jacket. So react, adapt, survive, overcome. I believe that's a Marine quote, but it applies for everything in life. So it's how you react to it, how do you adapt to it, how do you overcome it, can you survive it? And yeah, I mean, I understand the outrage from the content creator community, but I also understand it's like Hoyoverse's way of trying to combat leakers. Not doing a great job at it, but they're doing something about it, I guess. I think like the gag order, yeah, that is probably not a good look. And yeah, I think that sort of like suppresses, like it's sort of playing favorites, you know? It's like, why are you paying content creators for visibility and promotion when you can just get like free public relation or free PR from like just letting everyone comment on the game? Makes no sense, but companies do weird things, especially large billion-dollar corporate companies. They do weird things. Alright, I think that's my thoughts on it. That's my personal take. I'm not trying to cause drama. That's why I purposely didn't name any content creators. Like, the content creators that made the, I guess, early access content, it's not their fault. They're just doing their jobs. And the ones that are complaining, you guys are already set for life. You guys got 1 million subscribers or whatever. Like, you guys are Gucci. Alright. So, those are my thoughts. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a great day. Be sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends, ring the bell, turn on all notifications. Leave a comment below. What do you think? Is Hoyoverse in the wrong for this? Or are they just trying to protect their intellectual property, their IP? Do you think that all content creators should be allowed test server access? Or do you think that this like select few is the way to go? Become a member if you want to, drop a super thanks if you want to. Until next time, see ya.